So there we were, waist deep in the Direxian shift. Mm-hmm. I got a Mind Flayer on my left, Mind Flayer on my right, one stuck to my head, sucking out my gray matter like a pistachio. And we got to do something clutch. So that's when Lillywhite, Ilithar Whitemane, as you know him, he throws down a freaking fireball right at ground zero. I take the heat, just barely, burns them away. I still can't grow hair on my balls. Barely walking, so they carry me out of that damn place on a stretcher made out of bones so we were able to scrounge up from the caves nearby. Luckily we got back, but that was a rough one.
Storm, I've heard it 100 times, and I hope to hear it 100 more. This is the League of Ultimate Questing, where heroes are born and legends live forever. The preseason draws ever close to a wrap as the final teams are forming. Some hopeful young thrill seekers without connections or a means to find a team of their own are encouraged to fill out questionnaires to help pair them with a team via lottery built for success.
Yeah, unfortunately, those cats are never going to make it very far. Let's be honest. A lot of the reason why teams do well is because of teamwork, and when you're just randomly thrown into a group of misfits from all over the freaking kingdoms, you're never going to get a solid team out of that. And even if you do, they're barely going to be able to make it through the proving. 20% make it through if they're lucky?
Storm, you've never told a lie, and I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Everyone loves an underdog. And news reports of an influx of wyvern activity in the western God's Fall Mountains. So delay that vacation to Whitefall. More tonight at 11. So at high noon in the Two Clocks Market, nestled in the Rot Ward of Lucinili, there has been a stampede of merchant horses that have come tearing down the wide alley that makes up the marketplace, taking over many of the local businesses that are nestled in here, pushing people out of the way and heading right towards our group as Regis and his regents quickly get shuffled away and dive under his wagon. We're going to enter now a skill challenge, and how those work in my games is we're going to have everyone roll initiative in a moment, and you're going to look at your skills. We're going to go in initiative order, and you're going to tell me how you're going to use one of your skills to help the group get through the situation. And you can sell me on things. I encourage. That's part of the fun of the skill challenge, is you selling me on how this skill is going to help. And then we'll find out the narrative of how that works. Feel free to flavor it with your magic if you're a spellcaster or you have racial abilities. It will not use them up. This is cinematic theater of the mind. So you can flavor things with shield and mage armor type spells or stuff, and it won't burn it for the day. We're just getting through the situation. You cannot use the same skill that the person right before you just used, and you cannot use the same skill twice in a row. Other than that, it's pretty much up to you guys what you're doing. If you roll a 20 on your skill check, it counts as 2 successes. And if you roll a 1, it counts as 2 failures. You either succeed or you fail at each turn of the skill check. And once the party reaches X amount of successes or X amount of failures, you either succeed or fail the skill challenge. You guys don't know how many you need to succeed this one. It's going to be more of a miniature version, but depending on the outcome of the skill challenge, that'll be either a boon or a bane to the party. So go ahead and roll your initiative, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
Chris rolls a 17.
11.
19 for Haruthax.
21 for Arvid.
Got it. Now, the objective of this skill challenge is to basically survive/avoid the stampede to the best of your abilities. You're in a very narrow alley with buildings all around, lots of tents and businesses, produce and animals and things milling about. But angry horses tethered together are, for some reason, just tearing ass down the alley. And up first, we have Arvid. You can see that there are still some people in their way trying to pull themselves out, dive under wagons and tents and things, grab their business merchandise and get it out of the way. But the horses are getting very close. What would you like to do?
I'd like to determine the direction they're most likely to head. Perception view?
Absolutely.
So that's 22.
That is definitely a success. So you can see, based on the kind of general curve of the alley, that they're probably going to come tearing through down to this area and probably fork off around the clock tower that's at the southern end of the street. So they might all go one direction, but they're probably going to split off because it's a very wide stampede. Planning on that information, you can kind of nudge the group in the right direction. That is a success.
Approximately how many horses are there?
About 50.
Oh, okay. I thought there were like 8.
Oh, no.
There's a lot more horses.
This is a very big alley.
Okay.
The term alley is misleading. Think like Harry Potter alley. It's fucking massive.
Okay.
Next up, we have Haruthax. And Arvid has kind of gestured to let the group know that they're going this way, and they're going after... Yeah, you have an idea now.
All right. Regis took most of his regents already, didn't he?
He did a kind of a clean swoop and just kind of rolled out of the way. I mean, there's a chance there might still be something on the table. You're a little distracted right now.
Right. Okay. I was gonna check and see if he had any particularly like smoky or hot burning like herbs that I could like light and throw that would kind of create like a wall of smoke or a wall of fire or something that might spook the horses
I love it. Roll me a herbalism check.
into rolling a different direction. Okay. Wisdom herbalism?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would also allow intelligence, depending on how you're built. Yours is kind of more of the lay of the land herbalism.
That's I'm afraid that's a natural 1.
It's a natural 1.
Yeah.
So you do in fact find what looks like a tightly bound bundle of what is this very, very smoky kind of. It's almost like a sage.
Like a sage bundle.
You might use for smudging, but it has a very high smoke point and produces a lot of it. And without thinking, you immediately light it in preparation of doing this, and it starts just burning and billowing. The smoke is way more than you would have anticipated, and the group is now getting choked out by a large plume of very, very bad-smelling smoke.
Perfect.
Chris,
It's gone very well.
I just would like to reiterate that it is a specific skill or a spell. Or
with your skills, you would use things like Arcana.
Okay.
Or if it's like your enchantment type magic, it would be like a persuasion check. You can flavor things with your magic.
Okay. So using an evocation is out of the
It
question.
would be an Arcana.
Okay. Then using my Arcana, because I'm kind of having a PTSD moment with these things barreling towards us, smoke in the back, I accidentally but forcefully reverberate a thunder wave.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and roll me your Arcana check to see how well you control this thunder wave.
I'm going to use a bit of luck.
Oh, nice.
Because I rolled a 3.
Yeah, I like that you got luck. I forgot about that.
And then I roll a 15
Hey.
plus 4.
All right, so as one of the closer tethered groups of horses comes near the wagon, starting to barrel near you, you're positive that they will begin to trample you any moment now. You place your hand on the ground and release a cacophonous wave. Little like pebbles and cobblestones shatter under your hand, and like crates of tomatoes and cabbage just like turns into coleslaw mid-air as it flies outward. And at horses, the front few actually get like an impact right in their long faces, and it immediately turns them away from your group. So one large group that would have stampeded you is forcefully and magically pushed away from you guys. A couple of them actually leave the ground and topple onto their sides before they skitter back up onto their hooves and continue their ascent. Artyom.
Let's see
That is a
here.
success for the group.
I think I'd like to try and use like my religion and my fairy fire to kind of like amp it up so that we're kind of like radiating a golden glowing halo from within the smoke, almost to kind of spook them and make them less likely to run into us.
Certainly, I like that.
Okay. Nope. That's a big hard no. That's a 5 total.
All right. You do manage to create a ring of fairy fire around you and we'll say Arvid being near you, but it's pretty much obscured completely by the smoke plume. Not quite enough to shine through. So at this point, you both are aware of each other, but it means nothing to the horses. That is another failure. We are now at 3 failures and 2 successes for those keeping track. Arvid.
I'm concerned about my friends floundering, so I think I'm going to break away a bit and maybe try an intimidation to push them further, because it sounds like we're just treating them kind of like a river, just like
Sure. Yeah, you don't think you can stop the stampede, but you can probably redirect it.
Okay.
I would love to see an intimidation check.
Okay. Goodbye.
Well, unfortunately, it's a roll die, but the floor die, because it was a 20. But we don't accept floor dice.
14.
14 is...
And is it success?
That is just enough to pass the skill challenge.
Okay.
So coming out of this cloud of smoke comes this 7-foot-tall flaming figure roaring at the top of their lungs, immediately spooking and nearly stopping in their tracks a large grip of horses, which kind of causes a traffic jam at the ones behind them, now kind of redirecting the chaos from a river into a more stationary, bucking and kicking group of horses. Haruthax.
Okay. Haruthax is going to try and identify which horses in this herd are the sort of prime horses, and most likely to have the others follow them if they start running in a direction. So
That's right in your wheelhouse.
Nature.
Okay.
Is what I want to try to do.
I'm going to give you advantage because of your background.
Okay.
Because finding the strong from the weak is definitely your...
Okay. We'll take the 13 over the 4, and that's a nature. Where's my nature skill? 15 total.
That is enough. So you immediately isolate what looks like a pair of horses, probably a breeding pair. That's actually probably the matron and patron of most of these steeds. Okay. And they are definitely kind of leading the charge.
Herdax will point at those two and go, those two, lead them, and the rest will follow.
Very good. We are now at 4-3 successes to failures. And that makes it Christ's turn. Your hand still humming with the sonic energy of your spell.
Well, I can't imagine that he's not less afraid, so he might have to release another thunder wave.
You can't use the same one twice in a row. I'm encouraging diversity in your choices.
Got it. Okay. So maybe I can persuade some people around us to maybe try to narrow the barricade or move things.
You can call for help, absolutely.
Call for help. I would like to call for help.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to use another bit of luck.
You got it. 2 for the day gone.
So that is 17.
17. So while the horses are in a frothing chaos, so are the people. People are like grabbing their children or like trying to figure out if they want to grab their things or just book it. You, with a very booming voice, which actually seems to sonically carry much further than the normal human voice would, call for order and get people to focus. Like, everyone to the left of the alley, get those 2 horses out of here. And you start to actually bring control to this absolute cacophony of
Locke, can I ask a question about how
Yes.
you do skill checks? Do you use the sort of optional rule of you have to be proficient in the skill to use it, or can you use any skill whether or not you're trained in it?
Depending on the situation, I encourage people to use ones that they are proficient in.
Because they roll better, but...
Sure, but if it comes to a situation where, like, if you happen to be kind of strong and you want to attempt athletics, totally fine. Okay. That said, I'm not in favor of, like, barbarians trying to roll, like, an arcana check if they wouldn't know it in their background. I would give you disadvantage, but still let you try.
Okay.
So, very situational.
So I'm going to try and use medicine. I don't really know a whole lot about horses. I'm going to try and see, I'm going to ready my hand crossbow, and I'm going to look at the lead horse, and I'm going to try and see where I could hit it to cause it to just go completely off the rails. Maybe like force it to the right or something like that.
Sure, I like that.
It's 14.
14 is just enough. You're pretty sure that if you got it in the leg, you even have heard that horse in the leg is kind of a whole thing. You probably heard it from someone at the temple where you woke up, because they did, in fact, take care of a lot of horses there.
Nice.
Which didn't make sense to you, but there was a whole, a doctrine in your church about what to do with the horse with a broken leg, because you can either kill it or you can try to mend it with magic. It's like it was a whole Aesop's fable. You don't really remember all the details.
Interesting.
But with that, you can in fact take your pop shot, and in the lead matron horse, you get it right under the kneecap, and instead of charging, it instead falls, taking the matron and the patron together down to the ground because they are tethered very close. And at this point, you see what looks like the people who are in charge of the herd now catching up with it and starting to like grab ropes and calm the horses down. And some of the other merchants are trying to like dive in and help and like get the ones that are down calmed down instead of freaking out. And at that, we have a success for the overall skill challenge. With your help, you have guided the merchants and the people of the market to help with the situation, and you've obscured yourself and slowed their charge by both spooking them and obscuring their vision.
Very nice.
Final score, 5 successes, 3 failures.
But at that, you see, as the horses are getting led to the side of the alley as fast as they possibly can out of the charge, what it was that spooked them. At the end of the alley, where there was once a menagerie of animals in a large cage, there is in fact an open cage, and a large, snarling feline beast is prowling back and forth. You see a dead colt underneath its paw, having rended it quite instantly, and there's people running and screaming from it. And this large hunting cat begins to lurch forward, and now it's basically a clear shot between you and the beast, and there's just a debris of like broken wagons and shop faces and tents that have been toppled by horse hooves.
Now we will continue the initiative order for combat.
And now for a word from our sponsors. The fast-paced world of wizardry leaves no room for mistakes. Even the most archy of mages sometimes mistakenly mix up their incantations. Oh, bother, I meant to cast Stinking Cloud, but I've accidentally summoned this foul-smelling clown. Next time, before you scribe, reach for Spell Check. Professional, instant corrections for all your arcane engagements. Casting spells from the top floor of your tower? Get Spell Check for windows. Worried about poison fruit? Get Spell Check for your apple. Spell Check, +2 to confidence saves.
Gaming Gear is a Portland-based venture that handcrafts unique gaming accessories perfect for bringing an artistic flair to your tabletop. The use of leather, stone, and wood pulls you into the fantasy world. They sell a selection of RPG and board game-themed products, including Mimic dice boxes, chainmail dice bags, custom-themed coasters. I have one of the ones made of stone, and it is awesome. And bound spell books that hold standard-sized spell cards. They're so cool. And so much more. Catch them at Orcs, where they have a pop-up shop, or shop online at gaminggear.com and use the discount code QUEST, that's QUEST, for 10% off your order. That's gaminggear.com, spelled Geare. Gaming Gear. Fun gaming accessories with an artisan edge.
She walked into my office out of some fey dimension, or maybe some romance book, written by a jerk who wants to kick me in the heart. She had legs all the way up to her haunches, 4 of them, and hooves to match. She made my heart race. She made me want to live a stable life. She made me say, hey, I might be in love here.
The action-packed drama, the mind-bending mysteries, the forbidden romance of man and centaur.
Will I ever see you again?
I can't help it. If I'm built to run.
Tonight at 9, Late Night Nexus brings you Centaur of Attention. Love behooves him.
Пиздец. This is not good.
The beast is prowling before you with a dead colt under its claws, and it looks up and sees new prey by glaring at your group. And at this point, the smoke is dispersing, and what's left of the fairy fire is kind of flicked away.
Cool. Okay, so it looks like it's just that creature.
Yes.
Okay.
The other animals and merchants have kind of moved away from it in fear.
There's still a few reagents on the
counter, sure.
On the counter?
Yeah,
okay.
we'll say there is.
I'm going to grab a little vial, just a little like crystal vial with a little gold leaf around its cork, and just shatter it in my hand, and as the holy water kind of runs down my fist, I'm going to incant a couple of words, and I'm going to bless, I think, everyone but me.
Was that holy water you found on the counter?
Yeah, it was holy water.
You hear this muffled voice saying, "Oh, that's mine!" And the party becomes blessed. You get to affect 3 people?
Yeah, 3 people.
So which 3 would you like? Everyone but you?
The 3 people who are not myself.
Okay, so you all get to add a d4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
Cool.
Nice.
So when you roll the d20, also roll the d4. And that'll last for a minute via concentration. Anything else? Would you like to move at all or stay where you are?
I'll stay where I'm
I'll move
at.
you up next to the wagon that you got it off.
Okay, that seems reasonable, yeah. But otherwise I won't move too far, so.
Okay. All right, Christ.
Christ would like to reverberate and say to himself, I can't be afraid this time. So, yes, he activates his reverberation as his bonus action.
What does that look like to the untrained eye?
To the untrained eye, it's actually quite vivid. It's almost like a cloak of static thunder just kind of swirling around him. Yes, and he will also activate his shard hide.
Are they both actions?
Reverberation is a bonus action.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And shard hide is a full action.
So the air around Christ begins to crack and tinkle like freshly fallen snow, and the silence around him seems to be filled with this sort of humming sonic energy. And long, clear, crystalline glass seems to form around one of his hands and sort of elongate at the end into what almost looks like a crystalline claw that perfectly fits the shape of his open palm. And he just seems to be emanating this sort of like humming sonic energy. That makes it the cat's turn. It is going to use its action to move totally towards the party, stopping for a very brief moment to snarl at a nearby patron. And your speed is pretty fast. I have just enough speed to make it up to the party. And if I'm not mistaken, this thing has a pounce attack. So it moved at least 20 feet in a straight line, and it's going to use its claw attack against, I guess we're going to roll. It's either Haruthakis or Artyom.
Haruthakis.
That is going to be Artyom.
Hey!
All right, so it took a 50-50. Oh, were you correcting his name? Okay, I thought you were just telling me who to attack. All right, so we've got a claw attack coming in at you.
No, don't, though.
That's cocked, which is good because it's almost a 20.
Yeah.
I'm at an angle here. I'm just going to come
I agree, that was cocked.
All right, that is going to be a 10 to hit.
Hey, nothing.
All right, and it's also going to take a bite attack, which it's going to take at you. So claws miss you, does not get its pounce ability, whips around, whipping its 2 tails behind it like a bullwhip, and snapping at your legs.
Okay, well, let's see if I survive.
That is a fumble.
Oh, good.
And this is a good chance to throw in the fact, since we haven't done too many combats here at the League of Ultimate Questing, that in my games, I use a fumble chart. They're not scary. They're not going to make you cut your own head off. They're just a little bit of combat flavor. If you roll a 1 in combat on an attack check, let me know, and then we'll roll percentages and move on from there. Also, in case it comes up, I don't grant advantage from flanking unless it's extremely situational. So with a 37, in fact, the cat dives forward, missing you with its claws, and as it whips around, the rest of the shelf that you grabbed the holy water off of topples over. Pieces of the glass and bits of like broken wood start to like cut into it. And it snarls back in pain as it kind of jabs itself with jagged wood. Just a cut, but not something it wanted to have happen.
Well, that's good, because that thing probably could have ended me.
Yeah, its tail actually just like took out one of the cement legs. All right, that makes it Artyom.
All right. Let's see here. He tried to attack me and failed. He's now attacking you. Did you get hit?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to decide if I want to go full nuclear on this bad boy or if I want to go like a little cautious and test things out.
You're blessed, son. Go full nuke.
Yeah.
What is full nuke for Artyom?
Guiding bolt.
You are also adjacent, which is disadvantage.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
That is a ranged attack spell.
Okay. I couldn't say disengage, then do it.
You could next turn if you disengage this turn, but that takes an action.
How about instead, I'll use my bonus action to put Sanctuary on this cat. Not the cat, mind.
It's a rough noun to choose.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and put Sanctuary on Heart Attacks.
Okay. DC 13? When the time comes.
I could do Burning Hands, but that would be lighting an awful lot of things on fire.
Yeah, it would be.
Let's do Sacred Flame instead.
Sounds good. Dex save?
Yep.
We are looking at a kitty cat dex save of 11.
That is a fail.
All right. Kitty's going to take some burn.
D8.
Let's see it.
Suck on that sucker. 5.
5 radiant damage.
Glorious.
One side of the beast is singed as just like lights seem to shoot down from the heavens and just sear away its flank.
I love your kitty noises so much.
I just want to make it a giant house cat at this point where it's like, Arvid.
I'll start by raging.
Ooh.
Yeah, get that rage on. And then from there, I think I should whip up my shield and probably the curved sword.
Okay. Since you only have a 5-foot movement to make to get there, I'll let you get both of them out. Normally that would take 2 interactions, but if you want to step up, you are welcome to do so with your movement and then take your action.
I can still act? Okay.
Oh my god.
What a treat.
So I'd like to use an athletics check to try to push with my shield the kitty away from the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are engaging in a push. Roll me an opposed athletics check to this beast. Fair warning, I rolled a 20. You can roll a 22. You might be stronger.
Can somebody hand me another?
Then you get a D4.
I've been
right?
throwing my dice.
Oh, you did drop your die on the floor. That's right.
2 of them at this point.
And a D4. Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
Oh.
this is the D4 effect.
So you might still win.
Yeah, you do have blessed.
Unfortunately, that's not quite going to cut it, even with your +5. So you go and like its claws and its teeth just kind of like wrap around your shield, and you try to push back, and it instead pushes you away instead, not budging. Big kitty, no go. I like that you're being non-lethal against the sweet kid. Very, very in character. Haruthax.
So I'm aware that Sanctuary is cast on me right now, right?
You're not familiar with it, but you do know some sort of magic is lingering on you that feels real good.
Okay. I'll stay here then.
Safe.
I'm gonna cast Infestation. So I'm going to. Does it have like actual fleas on it already?
You would be surprised if it didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna incant and just kind of like make all of the little fleas that are on it just kind of glow as they hop around.
You're just gonna seize its fleas.
Yeah, the hand that's still like sort of bleeding from crushing the holy water in it. The blood's going to drip, and you'll kind of see some of the fleas from it hop across to
nice
after the warm blood.
Oh yeah,
and then
could you remind me the saving throw that I'm making here?
It is what kind of save is it? I think it's Constitution.
I think Constitution as well.
Constitution for infestation.
But please continue with your flavor.
They're going to jump across and then kind of get empowered by my blood and then leap back in one swarm.
I got exactly a 13.
No.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for your infestation to kick in. Too.
I know, right?
It's a nice cantrip.
Not yet.
Not yet. The cat is just so adept to having these fleas already on it that it's just making it more bitey and slashy.
And I will move back and hope that it does not attack me.
Okay, well, it's going to try, but it has to make a DC first because you are Sanctuary.
Right.
and that is a wisdom saving throw versus your DC for RTM, and that's a fail. So it does not attack you. You can see it clearly rears back to claw at you, and something gives it just a brief pause.
Okay.
Pause.
At which point it tries to attack me then, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not using its turn. That was just a reaction.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep, just a reaction. So, Christ, it is your turn. The cat is very near.
It's very near.
There is a Artyom and an Arvid between you and it.
Okay. Am I able to move between the two?
You can move to the side of them. Like, you could easily move to get into line of sight if you wanted.
Yes.
For the people at home, he's quite far away from the board.
I can move and cast.
Yes,
correct? Sir. Yes. So, yes, I would like to move closer.
Okay.
And hopefully in such a way that my reverberated Thunderwave won't hit my party members.
You can absolutely do that. You're casting Thunderwave?
I am casting Thunderwave.
All right. What are the benefits of your reverberation magic? Reroll ones or something?
For this spell, any creature takes thunder damage.
I know what
that's if it
Thunderwave
hits me.
does. I was just reading what the actual reverberation ability
Yeah, the
is.
reverberation. Whenever you roll thunder damage on your turn, the roll gains a bonus equal to your charisma modifier.
Oh, sick.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and roll me your 2d8. It's made its save. I did get a 16 total, but it still takes half damage.
Can I use my last bit of luck to...
Not on a saving throw.
Got it.
But I like it. I like that you asked.
Okay, roll 2 d8s.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm just roll this twice. 6 and 3.
That's a d6.
Yeah. Oh.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
I rolled pretty good.
Awesome.
Half the damage that I rolled because it made it save, and it does not get pushed. But I'm also going to add your charisma mod, which is 3. Correct me?
Yes, that is correct.
Not bad. So again, the cement shatters in a perfect cone around you, and some of the branches of a nearby tree just kind of crack and fall to the ground. And at that, the beast, like its whiskers, completely fly back. And
sorry.
all the fur on its back goes haunched as it clenches its teeth and just gets reverberated by the sonic energy.
I hate hurting something
A little bit
beautiful.
of blood starts to like pour out of its jaws. And at that, it is Kitty Cat's turn. It is once again going to make 2 attacks. It's going to make the first one at Arvid, whose shield it is currently kind of engaged with. I'm rolling real not great, but I got a 13. Unfortunately, your AC is 14. Poop. So that's a miss on you, and then it's going to lash out at you with its claws.
He pointed at Christ.
Yes.
I did point at Chris. Oh, that's going to hit with a 16.
Oh. Can I shield? Do I have to announce shield before you roll or after?
You can do it after
I cannot help but shield myself.
All right, that's your last spell as well.
Yes, that is my last level 1.
But as it goes to claw at you, again, the sonic energy manifests into an actual tangible shield of force that it claws rake against.
Does he take damage because I am reverberating, even though I've shielded?
Does it make them take damage when they hit you?
Any creature takes thunder damage equal to your charisma modifier if it hits you.
Okay,
with a
then
melee
no,
attack.
it missed you.
Okay.
But that's good to know. Yes. So, leave sparks in the air as it hits this invisible shield, missing you horribly. I haven't hit anyone yet, and I'm a sad, sad kitty. Artyom.
So any ranged attack at point blank gets disadvantage?
Correct.
Okay, bummer. This is butts.
You can do it.
Wait, can you get double disadvantage? Okay. And offhand attacks always get disadvantage, right?
Not if you're... No, not at all.
Not at all? No? Oh, shit. Then why ever not do 2 hands?
Because you don't add your modifier and you can't 2-hand. That's really
Okay, sure. In that case, yeah, I'm gonna go short sword and then try to get him with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
Short sword first. Woof, that's not great. That's a 13.
Doesn't hit.
Wait, no, hold on. Aha!
You are blessed. Yeah, that's true. You're
Plus
blessed.
4, so that's a 17.
That connects.
Nice. I'll hit him with my fancy little D6 plus 3, so 6.
Takes it.
Cool, and then disadvantage for my hand crossbow. It's a 10, 15?
That also hits.
Oh, wait, even more actually, but what doesn't matter. And that's another D6 plus 3 is another 6.
All right.
So basically, I'm gonna like drag my sword up along its like side, and then kind of just get like on top of it and shoot the hand crossbow directly into its like back.
All right. It's not something you were very good at doing, but you pulled it off very well. Yeah. So it's got a bolt in its side now, and you leave a long gash across it with your sharp drow blade. Arvid.
While the kitty is reeling with dealing with that situation, I'm gonna push the shield aside and try to stab straight into neck with the saber.
Okay. You're only rolling 1d20.
Oh, no advantage.
No, not till next level can you do that.
I'd re-roll that one.
Yeah, I'd just re-roll it. There you go. You super duper definitely hit.
Definitely hit. And then here we go with the other stuff. It's a D8. Ooh, that's a 1. That's a 1, everybody. And it's plus 3.
And then 2 more for raging.
Oh, yeah.
So regardless, you still deal it 6 as you stick the curved blade straight out, catching it in the chin and dragging it into its stomach. The soft, fuzzy underbelly. We do some quick mental math here. All right, this cat is fucked up.
This cat is, in my professional opinion.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, it is fucked up. Haruthakus.
The clock tower's behind us, isn't it? Okay. Haruthax is just going to sort of reach into the air with the blood still kind of dripping down the one hand
What a badass.
that they cast with, and sort of pantomime grabbing a rope and then pull down on the rope. And as they do, the clock tower behind us, its bell dings for no reason whatsoever. And this resonant wave just kind of sweeps through the alleyway as I cast Toll the Dead.
Of course.
Yeah.
So damn cool. Can it just die from how cool that was?
That's 4 damage.
4
I think
damage.
it gets a save against it too.
No, it does not.
It gets to save against Toll the Dead.
It's a wisdom
Against
save.
total, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know what
wisdom
I was
save.
thinking.
It's 4 if it
For
doesn't.
some reason, I thought you had rolled a successful thing and then gone into that.
No, I just described it.
I did make it though, which is I'm sad because it was so fucking cool.
You give it disadvantage because it was a cool description.
I would love to. If I had done anything with this cat yet, I totally would. But it
Okay.
has not succeeded at anything yet, and it's really close to dying. But everyone around like turns and looks as you just like pull this horrible death toll from the air.
Invisible
It
rope.
echoes through the 2 clock alley. Christ, you are face to face with this snarling cat.
Yes. Chris says, I'm sorry, and goes in for a crystalline claw slash attack.
Claw on claw action.
Is that why your name is Christ? Is it short for crystalline?
I will never tell.
Save that for like episode 20.
Yeah.
The big reveal. So
yeah.
go ahead and roll your attack check.
Okay. Nope. I'm going to use my last bit of luck.
Okay.
Because it's in a charisma hit. Do I add my charisma
You have a
modifier?
total of +5 to that attack.
Okay, so then it's 17.
17 hits.
Yes.
If you roll well enough, it's very likely you'll kill it.
Okay.
1d6.
1d6. All right. Will you roll me a d6?
Of course. What's your dexterity modifier?
My dex modifier is +2.
Thank you. I rolled 2. That's 4 damage, and that's not enough to kill it.
Damn.
Unfortunately. Very, very close. Yay! One more chance at redemption. So you have moved back and you are sanctuaried, and you are all 3 of you have dealt this thing quite a blow. So it's going to roll to see who it's going to attack. The first one is going to be at, we'll do a d6. Artyom.
Hey.
And the second one is going to be at Artyom. So it's going to turn its full attention on you.
I'm going to go ahead and trigger my fancy little daily
Warning flare?
Splashy, boy thing.
First level thing?
Yeah, disadvantage on any attack on you within 30 feet.
All right, you can pick one of them.
Oh, and I glow in 30 feet.
Yeah.
The first one.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, roll, and then I decide. That's
Well,
if
I'm rolling with disadvantage, or I'm not rolling with disadvantage.
Oh, gotcha, right.
So I did on the first one because
Yeah,
that's what you said.
that's
Which is a miss.
Oh,
which is
hey.
good because it probably would have hit if it wasn't.
Woo!
And the second one is a 24 to hit.
What if I just don't, though?
What if? We'll never know. So that is going to be... I don't even deal as much as I hoped. Bitter DM.
Was the claw or the...
Wait, I can do it 2 never mind.
It's a reaction, so you only get it once per turn.
Oh, gotcha, right.
The claws are the first attack, so it missed with the claws, hit with the bite, which is going to be a total of 9 damage.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah, as it actually takes you to the ground with this mighty bite, like grabbing your leg and pulling it out from under you.
Suka bliet! Nah! Get it out of me! Get it out of me!
It's all fun and games until it hits. And it's Artyom's turn.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Is it grappling me?
No, it's just biting you real good.
Okay.
Your speed is not 0.
So while it's kind of biting me, I'm going to kind of try to pry its jaws open and shove my sword down its throat.
Ooh.
Just panic stabs.
Let's see if
still
it
have bless.
goes. 17?
That does hit. Why did you go bleh? That's 17. It's a good roll.
Because it looked bad.
He forgot the bless.
6 plus 3 is 9.
All right, and the weight of the beast just slumps on top of you as your hand just disappears down its gullet somewhere, cutting something that's probably very important. And it kind of like meowing around your arm meat.
Oh.
And you feel the weight of its jaw slowly like weakly close around your arm as it slumps over and begins to bleed heavily out of its gaping maw.
I will begrudgingly look at it and you spare the dying on it.
Aw. Yeah, that wasn't enough to kill it, so you can totally stabilize it at 0 hit points.
I'm just going to
My friend, you have a good heart.
I just I just reach out and I almost seem like I'm grabbing the sun and I just place it on its head. A little bit of glow emanates throughout it.
And it lets out one last of blood, and then it just starts breathing heavily.
I spit right back at it. Suka! Whose is this? Whose cat is this? No, look. I'm gonna look at the crowd aggressively. Whose cat?
And this kind of foppishly dressed large fellow is he's got like a peacock under one arm and this kind of black woolly three-horned sheep under the other arm. He's like, that would be mine.
You have your hands full, I can see. I had 2 hands full to take care of cat.
I can take care of the carapace. I didn't let it out. Someone let it out.
Somebody let this out.
Someone. The gate is unlocked. I look away for a moment and someone pries the bars. Or picks the lock. I don't know. Look, and you can go over and look and see that the lock has been broken from the inside and been removed from the front of it.
The cat will live.
Thank you.
You must pay me in order to heal these wounds that it is giving me, however.
I can give you a few coins.
Thank you.
And he goes back and puts the peacock back in the fenced area. He's like, "It's okay now, everyone." And him and a couple of the guards that have at this point made it here, because they were off in a ways, dealing with the horse issue. They drag it back into the horse incident.
I love the quote figures. The horse issue.
We're having a bad horse day.
Those horses turned into a mobile clothesline. It was bad for somebody.
And the guards take it back into the cage, which he replaces with a clean new lock of different quality. And he fishes through his little leather bag and manages to get you guys 6 gold coins
each
for the group. That's all he's got. The menagerie business has not been kind to him today.
And Chris will be like,
and I'll give you the 1.5 for me, or 1.25, I guess.
I'll let you guys deal with the coinage. But the crowd is now starting to rebuild what has been happening, and you get several pats on the back and thank yous from genuinely grateful families that for stopping the horrible cat from causing any more damage and helping with the stampede. Obviously,
are there any injured horses that look like they're not going to make it?
Yeah, there's one that has a crossbow bolt sticking out of its knee that got pretty hurt.
Okay. And I'll walk over to that one, kind of look at the crossbow bolt, pull the crossbow bolt out, and then just
hear a loud whinny.
Yeah. And does it look like it's going to recover from this, or is
it's a really bad wound, and it had already smashed into 2 or 3 wagons on the way.
I tear its throat out.
Every person that pats us on the back, I'm gonna tell them our name and tell them that we're going to be joining the league soon.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Do we have a team name yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you just make up a name?
Yeah. Can I also do that?
Sure. We'll not piggyback too many skills, good ideas, but
can I be assisting him?
Right.
I'm just gonna assist him.
You can grab and be like, "Hey, tell people about the thing."
I got a 13.
Yes. Okay. 22.
All right. So a fair majority of the people here will remember the names of the individuals who helped them in this situation. And you get a little bit of bonus PR. And as they clean up the alley and they kind of usher people who are not merchants and businessmen here out of the alley so they can finish picking it up and retethering the horses, you guys are sent back and you return to your hotel room to rest off of a very beaten up battle.
Any horses that look like they aren't going to recover from their wounds, I just finish off.
Yeah, do you want to try to hide that, or are you doing it out in the open?
No, I just walk up to the one horse that's injured, and I just tear its throat out.
A couple of the guards look at you and just flabbergasted, and they kind of look at each other and they're trying to decide what to do, and you move away before they really make up their mind.
It would not have survived.
I just kind of go up to them and be like, "He is taking care of what needs to be done. A wounded horse will die."
And you guys, return, being 6 gold richer and a small bit of reputation with this particular clique. And you rest up into the evening. I'll say everyone can take a new short rest because it's a new day. So go ahead and just roll a hit dice real quick.
Oh, I got my spell back on a short rest because I'm a warlock.
You absolutely do.
Hey! Drawback, only have 1 spell. Benefit, I get them back on short rests.
Got 4 back, so I'm still missing 5.
All right. And the group, after you have done a bit of resting, we see them moving back now into the evening, heading towards the rot ward, stopping along the way to ask a couple of people about the entrances to the sewers. And you come to a large metal circular indenture that kind of goes in with slotted bars built into it that leads down into the undercity. And you're pretty sure that down there is where the sewers lie. And you're in the rot ward. And as the camera pans out, you can see the group in the abandoned alley with broken down crates and businesses with boarded up windows. You have been told by a couple people that this is probably the largest entrance to the sewers on this part of the town. And they're not sure why you want to go into the fucking disgusting sewers, because this is a port town and everything runs downhill. But as we pan out, we can see what looks like one lone figure up on the rooftops of an abandoned warehouse looking down at the group, unaware, be they, of his presence.
Okay.
Ominous.
Excellent.
Hey guys, Lon Zach again.
We wanted to personally thank all of our voice actors. We've got Sam Frost, who's voicing Arvid. We've got Michael Loving, who's voicing Harthax. Alante Barakat, who's voicing Chris. All these guys have been amazing. I also really want to thank our sponsors. Again, you guys are amazing, and we personally support all of our products that we endorse. But more than that, I also really want to thank Law. His work as his GM is unbelievable, and you guys don't even know half of the behind-the-scenes work he does, so thank you.
We're very excited to be working on this new adventure. Thank you for joining us thus far, and we can promise you that things are just going to get more and more exciting. As the team actually finds their way onto the League of Ultimate Questing, you're going to get more fake commercials, you're going to get more fun intros with Kip and Storm, and the action is going to just go through the roof. You guys can follow rosters and find out the scores of the teams and learn more about the world itself.
That's true, and we're going to be releasing every single Monday, preferably in the morning where possible. We'll be releasing on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcast, and we'll even be releasing on our YouTube channel.
So visit us at slapdashstudios.com. You can check out our YouTube channel to like and subscribe, see our Let's Play videos, learn more about the League of Ultimate Questing, and learn about the characters and the players. And as always, we wish you luck.